Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to break down a plugin which just got released a few weeks ago. It's a Spectral Gate. You've probably heard about Spectral Gates before, but this German producer and artist named iFeature created a special Spectral Gate with an attack and with a release knob, which is kind of unique. So let's check it out and see what it sounds like. So when it comes to the function of a Spectral Gate, it usually isolates the most present frequencies, so you can achieve really clean results when you want to isolate certain frequencies. So let's first have a look what it sounds like on this riot sample from Heavy Bass Design Volume 3. Without, it sounds like this. And now when we load it in, nothing happens first. There's this one main dial in the center, and when you turn it up, you can hear it's being isolated, the fundamental basically, and it just reduces the noise. Let's also load in EQ before and after. So you can see it isolates the noise, the higher frequencies, and is restricting to the most present frequencies in the mids basically and in the low end here. And when we turn up the FFT size, you can see the isolation becomes even more intense. And of course there's 128 FFT size, which is really small, so the bands are bigger than on a 4096 FFT size, for example. Which you can hear, it's getting a little bit more noisy, so I usually go with the higher FFT size. The results get cleaner over time. Also, there's a cool knob, which iFeature implemented here, this one here. To slightly bring back some high end. Without, or completely off, it sounds like this. Just the fundamental frequencies here. And when you turn it up, you can hear it's bringing back the high end. Also, we've got this release and this attack knob. And we can achieve really natural results with this. It almost sounds like a reverb. Really fun to play around with. But it's not a reverb technically. Also an attack knob. And also a mix knob right here. So you can create some cool little effects with this on melodic sounds and some cool transitions, I would say. Next, let's check it on a vocal sample, I would say. This is 256 FFT size.
Baby, we can always
and you can hear the vocal is getting isolated a lot when we bring it up. Also, when you add some more effects like OTT and reverb and all this kinds of stuff, you can achieve really cool vocal textures. And also this release knob makes it more wet again, which is really cool.
Something new. Baby, we can all, baby, we can always.
And also with this knob enabled again, just the fundamentals. Also great for teasing vocals, for example. And also let's check it on this melodic loop right here. Also a virtual riot loop. I kind of like showcasing plugins when using virtual riot sounds. Later I will also show it on a few sounds I made. And you can just hear it's getting isolated again. Also with the release knob turned up again. And especially on the lower FFT size regions. When you turn up the gate effect and the release as well, you can achieve some interesting bass textures. Alright, now let's check it out on a few sounds I've made. Let's start with a drop idea I've made last week. This one right here. You've maybe seen me producing this on stream or in the video where I showed it. I'm back again. And I've just played around with the Spectral Gate here a little bit. Just on top on the mastered audio basically. I'm back again. But you can create some cool little effects with it. Maybe it's also good for fake outs. Of course with some more additional processing afterwards, but I just teased it here. As you could hear. Some nice futuristic fake out gating effect happening basically. just something I wanted to show you really quick. Also on the sound design session I made last week, when we have a look at this here, let's just turn it off again. It's really noisy and really messy. And we can clean up this sound gem by just using the Spectral Gate and turning up the knob here. And now we, as you can see in the EQ, we get just the fundamental frequencies of our sound design session. And now we can resample further, add more processing and stuff. This one is kind of cool. Really futuristic sound. We now turn up the release. We get some room again. And on a different bit. You can see we are also just getting the high end from this weird texture. Sometimes it's even not playing because the signals are a little bit too messy. But you can really isolate the frequencies well out of there. And just mess around further. And of course, get the tones you want. Lastly, let's just look what it sounds like on a growl. And create some really cool filtered effects with this. Clean up the sounds as I mentioned. Give them some room. Maybe even less mix. And now I would add some compression in a further step. And maybe some clean high end on top. And also when a sound has high end like a growl naturally, as you can hear, and you want to clean it up, just use the gate, turn up the mix, and then add a separate high end later, for example with an erosion afterwards, and then some compression to just get a cleaner high end result. And yeah, this is great for creating cool textures on sounds and on sound design sessions. Also, when you want to use samples, as I showed here, it works perfectly there and you can create cool effects with it. If you consider getting this plugin at some point, iFeature provided me with a discount code for his Patreon, actually, where you can get this on his shop. The discount code will be now on the screen right here. If you consider getting it, I will also put it in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know if you want to see more plugin reviews. I really enjoy doing them. And see you in the next video. Have a great day and goodbye.